Welcome back! If you're new here, my name is Trinity, and I'm on a quest to explore fairy tales by reading them out loud, and hopefully you will find some that are new to you as well. So today we are returning to African American read aloud stories. And if you stick around after the short story, I do have an exciting channel announcement, so, a little tease there. So today we have The Magic Bones. And it so goes. There were once 3 brothers who were left orphans during a great famine. When the youngest of them became ill, the 2 elder brothers did not know what to do. Then one proposed, "Let us take him into the veld and nurse him. Surely he will get better there." So they carried him far into the bush. After some time, the 2 elders again wondered what to do with their youngest brother, as he was not getting better. "It is a time of famine," said one to the other. "We have no food. We have no choice. Let us leave him here and return home." When the sick one heard this, he pleaded, "Please, please do not leave me here all alone." But they left him and went on their way. Eventually, the youngest brother recovered and began to set small snares to catch game. One day, he set his snares on the site of an old village. The next morning, when he went to check them, he found an old man caught in one of them. He stood some distance away, afraid to go nearer, but the old man called out, "Come nearer, boy! Come near to me!" When the boy approached, the old man asked, "Who told you to set snares here?" "No one," said the boy, "but I was hungry. How else was I to eat?" "Put your hand into my bag and draw out my magic bones," said the old man. The boy did as he was told. "Do you want some porridge?" asked the old man. "Oh, yes, I am quite hungry," the boy quickly answered. "Throw the bones and say, 'Let there be porridge.'" Throw the bones and say, "Let porridge come forth at once." The boy did so, and behold, porridge came forth. As the boy ate, the old man said, "I shall soon die. My name is Drimpimbira, which means jumping shinbone. Don't forget that name when I am dead, for I am leaving it to you. When you wander, you will reach a wide plain. Throw the bones there, and you will get a dwelling and all that you desire." With that, the old man promptly expired. The boy wandered about and at last came to a wide plain. He threw the bones, saying, "Let there be a large village and lots of food." Instantly, a large village full of people appeared. Many came out shouting, "Drimpimbira!" begging for food, as they were also struggling through the great famine. Now the 2 brothers who had left their brother in the bush heard from others that there was a chief named Drimpimbira who had plenty of food, so they decided to go to him in the hopes of obtaining something to eat. The chief saw them coming, clapping their hands in salutation and shouting, "Drimpimbira! Drimpimbira!" He gave each a bowl of milk and asked them to drink. Then he said, "Have you forgotten me? I am your youngest brother, the one you left in the bush." When they heard this, they wept. "We left you, our dear brother, in the veld when hunger overcame us. Please forgive us." Then the chief gave wives to each and said, "My brothers, stay here and live with me. Look upon this place as yours." At first the brothers were very happy, but after several months they became envious and said to each other, "Why should our younger brother be chief? We are the elders." They went to their brother's wife to find out the secret of how he had obtained so large a village. They flattered her until she told them the secret. While Drimpimbira was away cultivating his fields, the brothers begged her to show them the bones. "If I let you see them, what will you give me?" she asked. "Whatever you desire," they said. "If you bring me the flesh of a hare, I will show you the bones," replied she. They readily agreed and immediately went away to hunt. Soon they returned with 2 fat hares for the woman. She gave them the bones, telling them that when they reached a place they liked, they were to throw the bones and a village would appear. The brothers ran away with the bones. When they came to a suitable spot, they threw the bones on the ground and asked for a large village with much food. Instantly, it appeared. Then they threw the bones a second time, saying, "Let Drimpimbira's village disappear." Immediately it vanished, and Drimpimbira found himself all alone. Drimpimbira lamented, "My brothers have got hold of my magic bones. Again they have left me all alone." Just then Gonzo, the rat, appeared. "Why do you cry, Drimpimbira?" asked Gonzo. "I cry for the loss of my bones, which I know my brothers have stolen." Then Nabi, the hawk, who happened to float over him, said, "Why do you cry, Drimpimbira?" "I cry for the loss of my bones, which I know my brothers have stolen." Then Gonzo and Gabi said, "Do not cry. We will get the bones and bring them back to you." Drimpimbira rejoiced at this and told them he would be most grateful for their help. "What will you give us if we return the bones to you?" they asked. Anything you desire, he quickly replied. I want chickens, said Gabi. And I want nuts, said Gonzo. The rat ran along while the hawk flew high in the air. When Gabi reached the village of the two brothers, he hovered in the air, waiting for Gonzo to arrive. Gonzo was certain the bones were being kept in the largest house. He crept in and scurried up the wall. He nibbled through the string by which the bones were tied and then carried them outside. Once outside, people began to shout, "The chief's magic bones are being carried away by a rat!" But just then, Gabi swooped down, picked up Gonzo with the magic bones, and flew away. When the people saw this, they cried out, "Toko, Toko, well done! The rat is being carried off by the hawk." Of course, they assumed the hawk would eat the rat. The hawk carried Gonzo and the magic bones to Drimpambira, who thanked them for what they had done. He then threw the bones and said, "Let there be nuts and chickens for Gonzo and Gabi." Then he threw the bones again, saying, "I want my village and all that I had returned to me." His village and its people appeared. He threw the bones again, saying, "May the village of my brothers be scattered, and no trace of it remain." And no one ever heard of or saw the two brothers ever again. The end. Okay, so cute little story. Drimpambira is incredibly fun to say. Like, I hope there are more stories with that name in them in this book, and if they are not, I might have to do a little editing because Drimpambira is just way too fun to say. Okay, so just a couple of thoughts on this. The bummer one is that everyone's starving all the time. In fairy tales that I'm more familiar with, food insecurity is a consistent thread throughout. And I find that interesting that across cultures and times, that is a universal fear. Not having enough, not being able to fill your tummy. Unfortunately, leads people to have to make some pretty tough choices. As a child, I definitely would have found it easy to just write off the older brothers, just like the parents in Hansel and Gretel. Like, you're not taking care of your charges, and you're a bad person. But as an adult, I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to leave someone in the woods or that I would advocate that, but I do understand that there is more to be considered than just don't leave your brother in the woods. So, interesting. Okay, so can we talk about the wife? How is she not in any trouble in this? I mean, she's not mentioned, so presumably she just pops back into existence with Drimpambira, and they're totally cool. And why, oh why, did she want them to go get her a hair, 2 hairs? Because, one, she already had the magic bones. It seems they work for anyone. She could have had infinite hairs had she wanted. And also, a major component of the story is that when the villages come up, they're already full of food. So, reasonably, she probably still should have had some. And then it does mention that Drimpambira is out working on the fields, which I find interesting because it kind of sounds like the food just shows up, but yet he's still working. So maybe that's just how he chooses to spend his time. Or I guess to show that he's just a good person and a hard worker and a good chief. He's out there doing stuff. Okay, so I think that where are the villagers? That is my question. That is the one thing that's like very Twilight Zone that I'm really curious about. Because you have buildings and all of these people just poof out of nowhere. Where are they going when people keep throwing away these villages? Are they just in some dark limbo? Do they just disappear? Like, is it like before you're alive or after you're dead? Are they aware of it? Do they feel a death and a nothingness every time? I don't know. I'm just speculating, but I am really, really curious. So yeah, this week I'm going to ask you, where are the village components going when they're not in existence? Please let me know in the comments your theories. Also, like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Trying to grow this channel. And then last, exciting channel announcement. I have come across, I think, 8 new books. So soon we will have ones from other cultures. If memory serves, I have 8 books coming, 3 of which came across my desk at work. So I have some regional places in Louisiana and then Appalachia. What do you say? Let me know in the comments. And then China, Japan, indigenous peoples of Canada, the United States, and Australia. So I'm pretty pumped, and hopefully you will be too. So let me know where you think the village is going. Is it horrifying or not? And please tell a friend. Till next time. Bye.